Hi, I'm Jenny Hensley, co-owner and effectiveness coach with Dynamics. Our goal is to help you get your time back, reclaim your life, and love your work again. And that last one is what I'm going to talk about today because I don't really hear people talk about it very much, and it's something that I went through in my life and was a real struggle, which is you hate your job. It's really only happened to me once, and I didn't exactly know what to do about it. But as you know, if you've watched these videos, I like to study and figure out and get myself in action when I'm not exactly sure what to do. So I thought it might help to share with you the things that I found when I was going through that. And when I'm saying I didn't like my job, I'm saying I cried to and from work every day. So I really didn't like my job. Ultimately, I ended up here and was able to create my own business, which I absolutely love, what I do every day. But when I was in the middle of that time, I was depressed and I didn't know what to do. So here are the things that I would say. This first one, I don't want you to get angry, but I want you to really think about, because I did this, I probably did it for too long, but I wanted to make sure that I really didn't like my job. I wanted to see if there was anything that I could change at the time. Was there something I could do to adjust it or make it better? Did I need to change my attitude? Did I need to get a new perspective? I tried all kinds of things. And again, for me, I probably tried this for too long. But I think there is that grass is always greener. You know, things aren't going well. If I get a new job, things are going to be better. And sometimes they're better and sometimes they're not. So I think it's important before you think, this job is so bad that I want out of it, that you really consider, are you sure? So I'm going to assume that you've done that, and maybe you're where I was. Maybe you've done it for too long and tried too long. So the next thing I'm going to tell you is to visualize and dream. And I worked with a counselor and a life coach who really, really helped me with this. And the goal is not to, because I really struggled when it was, I want this job or I want to apply for this. The goal was to, she started me in steps and had me really sit down and think about, what do I want my days to look like? What do do I want to travel? Do I not want to travel? And honestly, for me at the time, I thought, oh, I would love to travel for work. Well, since then, I've realized I really don't. I'd rather be at home. So, so you have to visualize and dream, and it's not going to be all set, and it's not going to be the same all the time. It's going to grow as you grow and as you work through this. But you have to get an idea of what you want. For me, I wanted to ultimately be in charge of my own life and my work life, and ended up having a fantastic business partner in Tom, and we have the business today. So, but that's not for everyone. But for me, as I started visualizing and dreaming, those were the things that kept coming up. The way my day was, that it was up to me, that it wasn't a normal schedule, that I wasn't doing the same thing every day. So what does that look like to you? And I would say really, really write that down, because journaling helps you get it out, and then you can go back and analyze what you wrote down, and you find things that you didn't even know were there. So visualize and dream is the next one. The third thing is do something every day. I was at a place where I would just had so much anxiety getting to work, and that the idea of trying to do something to get myself out of the situation was overwhelming. So what I started doing was, for me, I did 3 things every day. I said, I have to do 3 things every single day to get me out of this situation. It may have meant doing a job search. It may, for me, meant redoing my resume. It may have meant making a phone call. It may have meant doing the visualization. I made myself do 3 things every day. And what happened was I felt like I was taking action. So I was having momentum, and momentum was building. And so that really helped me. Somebody also shared with me that Jack Canfield, and I love his books, in one of his books said to write down, so you want a new job, what are 100 things that you could do? And then you just go through and you check off 3 a day or 2 a day or 1 a day. So that's another way to face it. But for me, it was just, and I would say for you, if you can do 1 thing a day to start with to get you to that goal, what would it be? The final thing for me was to ask for help. And this sounds super simple, But I was kind of at a place where I felt so down on myself that the idea of asking even the people closest to me and my colleagues who I'd worked with and were my friends, admitting to them that I was so miserable and unhappy felt like a failure. I just had trouble even admitting it. It felt like it was all, at the time I felt like this is all my fault. What have I done? I've ruined my life, just on and on, with the spending. But when I went back to the last one and started making myself do things every day, one of those things was a phone call every day to someone to ask them flat out for help. This is what's happening. This is where I am. I need help. Do you have any ideas or suggestions? And tons of things came from that. And also, no judgment came from that. People were so happy to help, and that's because I have great people in my life. So when you surround yourself with great people and you reach out to them and ask them for help, they're there for you. You're there for them. So of course they're going to be there for you. I don't know why I took so long to do this one, but I really, really encourage you to do that too. So these 4 things are the way that I would start if you're in a position where you feel like you hate your job. Again, I just encourage you to try to do something to get yourself out of it and to get your thinking out of it and to help you be more positive every single day, because in the end, that's going to help whether you find a new job or decide that you like your current job. I wish you the best of luck. And if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comments section. Please like and share with anybody who you think this video would help. And have a fantastic day, and I wish you the best.